folks, well, it's the first time I've been down this year, I think, to my allotment, and we're just having a look at the little orchard what I've got here. You can see it's pretty well overgrown, the plot, but anyway, we've got some interesting things what Nigel wants to have a little talk about.
Oh yeah, and we've managed to keep the trees themselves well pruned and well shaped. So they were all done apart from one of the plum trees, which is at the back, and that will have to be pruned probably in a couple of months' time or 3 months' time.
Yeah.
But we've got a nice plum tree here. It's been a very good pollination year for this tree. Look, if you just zoom down there, you can see lots of fruit are forming.
Yeah.
So this tree is loaded with fruit, and unless there's a severe frost now, most of this should mature properly.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely covered.
It is, it's looking really good.
It won't be long before aphids start to appear on a lot of plum trees, and the first sign you have of that is when the
leaf goes a bit.
Yeah, the terminal leaves, the young soft ones.
I've sprayed mine.
Yeah, but good. They start to curl up. They look a bit funny.
Yeah, I know.
And
yeah, I've started spraying mine.
It's not usually necessary to spray the whole tree, but just the young leaves. That's all you need to do.
The bits where I could see looked a bit iffy. I gave it a spray.
This is a pear tree, and this is pollinated well. You can see again lots of young fruit, and there are some very, very nice examples on this tree of next year's fruit buds developing. Now, can you have a look here?
Yes, it's quite. Can you see how they all stem out? Is it
five? It's a bit like a spider. One, two. Yeah, generally. What's that one? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 or 7, even 7, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like a hand.
Yeah.
And these leaves are all
if you look here, folks,
feeding.
That one's
feeding the bud in the middle. There we are.
Yeah.
You can see the bud forming there, and that will be a fruit bud next year.
Right.
And that will tend to form. A flower bud in the centre and five flowers around it.
Okay.
So it forms a little cluster.
Yeah, yeah. See, folks, just up here at my height, you can see there's a fine. So what we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now just look at the Rayburn apple tree.
Yes, I've never seen this tree as full of successful pollinations as this year. You can see lots of little fruit on every branch. It's absolutely covered.
It is.
So there'll be a lot of drop, I think, in June.
Yeah, we call it the June drop here in the UK.
Yeah. I've done a lot of hand pollinating on this tree this year.
Yes, we've just been looking, haven't we?
Yeah, and you can see that some of them seem to have taken.
Yeah.
You can't be sure that they've taken until they start to swell up.
Swell up, yeah.
But it looks as though these are going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I've pollinated with a different variety on most of the branches. So
and was it not last year, year before we did it, didn't we? And we've got have you got how many trees you got?
I think we've got about 6 survivors that look reasonably good.
Yeah, they're the ones what we cross-pollinated, so they'll be new trees what we'll be following up on.
That's right. Well, I think there are a couple of green-leaved ones which will be white-fleshed apples, and then I think possibly 3 or 4 red-fleshed ones which will have a red tinted leaf.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I'm hoping that the frost holds off for another week or 2, because if you do get a frost and you get fruit of this size affected with cold, they sometimes drop off.
Right.
So they need to get a little bit bigger before we can be sure.
Right, okay.
And that's one of the reasons why I haven't cleared away the undergrowth around.
Yeah.
It'll help shelter this tree from frosty south winds.
Yes, okay, that's a good idea. You can see, folks, if we look at the back here, that the rhubarb's gone to seed.
Yes, very big plants.
Yeah.
But we've had quite a lot of rhubarb this year, and it's been very good.
Right. This is the other plum tree what's yet to be pruned, because you can't prune it until the leaves are out. So You can see all these ones that are going vertical, folks. They're the ones to
yes, we
get
shall
cut
take those out. Hopefully, Julie, you'll be able to help us do that later in the year.
Yeah.
But look at the amount of fruit on this tree. It's covered, absolutely covered.
Yeah.
So we should have a good crop there.
Mum loves the plums. She's been on about them.
Yeah, that's good.
So all this, what you're looking at here, folks, this is where the seeds will all develop, and they'll all go like a rusty brown. If these were left, and then just look, that bit there will probably have over 100 seeds on, maybe 200 seeds. And when you think in the shops you pay £2 something for 60 seeds in a pack, and you could get a few thousand off that one plant.
If you're growing rhubarb from seed, how long does it take you to go from seed to a decent sized plant?
2 years, I'd say. Yeah.
And with regard to the cropping of the rhubarb, is it important to take these out?
Yes.
What happens if you don't?
Takes the goodness out of the. It will stop you being. The goodness will. It will stop from the stems going to eat. You know what you're taking off.
Yeah, I see.
And
at what stage do you tend to take the flowers out?
As soon as they appear.
Right. So whilst they're quite small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're in that pink stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see, folks, just look at it. We might as well just have a look. I know it looks a mess, folks. This is where we need a working party, don't we, Nigel?
Yes, we do. Yeah, Alison and I are keeping the footpaths clear, and what we can do, we do. But
we could do with a gang of gardeners coming in to sort it all out. There was a few who said from around the world they'd love to come and help.
Oh yeah, well they were a safe distance away.
I know, so. That's it. But there's a lot of work what needs doing.
Gooseberry's looking good.
Yeah, that's looking good. We've got another one over there.
Yeah.
Oh God, I miss it.
Yeah, I think one of these is a red gooseberry, isn't it?
Both are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. These are all the raspberry canes, folks.
Yes, there'll be lots of fruit here.
Yeah.
And there is a willow tree appeared inside that polytunnel.
Oh right.
I spotted that yesterday.
Right.
So that needs fetching out.
Yeah.
Alison has cleared the weeds from the strawberry beds, so they should crop okay.
Right, okay, yeah.
And I think she's weeded there as well.
Yes, yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yeah, she's done a good job of these, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's done very well there.
Lots of new plants for next year.
Yeah.
The smaller ones.
Are you growing any strawberries in the back garden?
No, I haven't got any this year.
Right.
No.
Well, that gives you a reason to come up here sometimes if you get the chance.
Yeah.
Going to have a look at the hens?
Yeah.
3 of them are new ones and they're rescues.
Yeah.
They've been injured. They all had broken legs at one point, but they were looked after by a lady nearby until they'd healed. And they're very tame, but you can see which ones they are when they move because they sort of limp. Yeah. But they seem happy enough.
They do look good now, don't they?
Yeah, yes, they look okay.
You've done a great job of looking after them.
Alison's making sure they have lots of weeds to sort through every day and lots of brassicas.
Yeah.
That's a brassica plant which we put in last night and they seem to have eaten most of that.
Yeah. Wow. Isn't it funny how Alison's got on with the hens? She was frightened to death of birds before she took control of these.
Oh, she really likes them, yeah.
Yeah.
And the psychology of the birds is really strange. The new ones and the old ones are still not mixing very well. And at night, the new hens are roosting on the roof of the hen house.
Yeah.
They don't go in.
Right.
And so what you have to do is wait until it's dark.
Yeah.
And then grab them and pop them in the nest boxes.
Right.
And then they're happy enough. But they won't go in of their own volition at the moment.
Oh.
Okay, I think that's about everything for now.
Right.
Oh, we need a new tarpaulin, so we're going to get that as soon as we can.
Yeah.
But,
right.
yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. So it's just the time, folks. I can't get up because I only have 4 or 6 hours a week, and I have to do the shopping and everything in that time, which is a shame. But thankfully, Nigel and Alison are doing the best they can, and at some point, I'm hoping to be back up there. Yeah.
It won't be very long before we're into a new season of apple tasting. With a bit of luck, we ought to have a few fruit to sample in July, which isn't that far away.
No. Oh, well, Paul has told me that we have to walk a bit slower when we're doing things, and so the camera can see what's happening, because sometimes, especially on the walks, we walk too quickly.
Okay, that's
so we can.
Good point. Okay.
Because people who maybe not from the UK, every little thing what they see is of interest, you know, especially when it's desert and that, and they don't see green plants. So
that's an interesting thing to zoom in on, I guess.
For our foreign visitors, probably, yeah. That's the seeds from the dandelion. Oh, where's it gone? I've lost it. There we are.
Can I hold it steady? There we go.
Yeah. And usually when you see that, you chop it off to get rid of it, because it will spread seeds everywhere. Just having a look down there, Nigel. That's
this one here?
Yeah. Sweet William, is it? No, it's not. No, it's a thistle.
That is a jack thistle.
Oh.
It's an enormous thistle. My job when I used to work on a farm when I was a boy was to go around the fields with a scythe, cutting those off, because they have enormous roots.
Right.
They grow one year and flower the next, so I'm told. Okay. So they're what's called biennial.
Yeah.
But they're very, very prickly.
In that lot down there, there's 2 gooseberry bushes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of this.
Do you know what that is?
No.
I'm not absolutely sure, because I'm not very good on trees unless they're apples, but I reckon that's another willow tree coming up.
Oh, right.
So that one's digging out as well.
Yeah. They should be in
oh, there we are.
Yeah, and there's one down here as well.
Yeah.
So that's it, folks. That's a little update for my plot.
It is retrievable.
It is, yeah.
A few weekends with 4 or 5 of us, we'd get it in good shape.
Yeah. And that helped, didn't it?
Yes, that's suppressed the weeds really well on that bed.
You remember, folks, I covered these up a couple of years ago, and that's done the trick. Okay then, folks, from me and from Nigel here, we'll say goodbye from this video. Thanks for watching.